Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should. Have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching. Bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end. We're here. Let's go.
this after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
I think we're here.
The key. You must find the key.
Son?
Sir. Here we go again.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally you dropped me into the end instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to be severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right, of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's fucking to me.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the M's. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
Alright, what do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Watch the marker over there. Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects. Free run your way through the obstacle course. That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond. Follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars. All you have to do here is jump the gap. Synchronization levels are good. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Ask Bert will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once we're done?
Front of the house. Be quick. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
My apologies.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. But I suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
Honest employment. So is mine. Like me too, he acts in a double capacity, both against rogues and for them. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what it would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, or I can get more by her staying in England.
Betty hath brought more goods into our lock to year than any five of the gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live her 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end partridges fly, because the breed of the game depends on them. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got by the death of women, except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thy observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the professions besides.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what it would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, or I can get more by her staying in England.
Betty hath brought more goods into our lock to year than any five of the gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good
He's
a
seated in
customer.
one of the boxes above.
If none of the gang
The
take
stairs
her
are
off,
watched.
she may, in the common
We'll need
course
to
of
find
business,
another way up.
Live her 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end.
I already have.
Because the breed of the game depends on them. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got by the death of women, except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thy observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the professions besides.
Sir, Black Mall at St.
1,000
Word of
pardons.
trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes
So
you
sorry.
the matters so as
My apologies.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog! When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, so I can get more by her staying in.
Betty hath brought more goods into our locked year than any five of the gang. And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end partridges fly, because the breed of the gang depends on it. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's nothing to be got by the death of women, except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thy observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the professions besides.
Sir, Black Mall at St. Word of trial comes on in the afternoon. And she hopes you will order matters. Tis woman that seduces all mankind. Like her we first were taught our weaving arts. A very nice cheeks when both she's gone. She tricks us of our money with our hearts. Tis woman that seduces all mankind. Like her we first were taught our weaving arts. A very nice cheeks when both she's gone. She tricks us of our money with our hearts. Like boots by night, we round for price, and infections every fraud to private charge. This is a love like law, or what by time, and beauty must be feeling to our hearts. Like boots by night, we round for price, and infections every fraud to private charge. This is a love like law, or what by time, and beauty must be feeling to our hearts.
But make haste and you get, boy. Let me friends know I met me. Why not to make an easy one later on?
And a gentleman's long like rugged spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him go without fear or scruple.
I've got a stage fright.
It's a pleasure to be the messenger of comfort to friends and affliction.
But it's now high time to look about for a decent execution against next session. I ain't a lazy rogue, by whom I can get nothing to gain. A register of gang. Crook-finger dad. A year and a half in the service. Let me see how much the stock goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold watches.
Jeremy's
And
really
7 silver
burning
ones.
up the boards
A
tonight.
mighty clean-handed fellow.
He's a
16
marvel.
snuff boxes, 5 of them true gold, 6 dozen of handkerchiefs, 4 silver hilted swords, half a dozen of shirts, 3 tie periwigs, and a piece of broadcloth. Considering these are only the fruits of his leisure house, I don't know a prettier fellow. But no man alive hath a more engaging presence of mind upon the road. What dreary, alias Brown Will, an irregular dog, who has an underhanded way of disposing of his bullets. I'll try him only for a session too long on his good behaviour. Harry Paddington, a poor petty lost new rascal, without the least genius. That fellow, who to live these 6 months, will never come to the gallows for any credit. He goes up next sessions. Well, good enough for him to have views of following his trade as a tailor, which he calls an honest employment. That meant, listed not above a month ago, a promising sturdy fellow and diligent in his wife. Somewhat too bold and hasty, and makes good contributions upon the public. If he doesn't cut himself off by murder, Tom Tipple, a guzzling, soaking sot, who's always too drunk to stand himself or to make others stand. Quite is absolutely necessary for him. Robbing a bag shot, alias Gorgon, alias Bluff Bob, alias Carbuncle, alias Bob Bertie.
What of Bob Bertie, husband? I hope nothing bad has betided him. You know, my dear, he's a favourite customer of mine. 'Twas he made me a present of this ring.
I've set his name down in the blacklist. That's all, my dear. He spends his life among women, and as soon as his money's gone, one or other of the ladies will hang him for the reward. And there's £40 lost to us forever.
You know, my dear, I never let a matter of debt. I always leave those affairs to you. Women indeed are bitter bad judges in these cases, for they are so partial to the brave that they think every man handsome who's going to the camp or the gallows.
But make haste and you get, boy.
You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Come, please!
Over there! That's the one that did the murder! That man there! Seize him! A man was killed in the upper balcony, but I've done no wrong, I swear it! Search him. Any weapons?
I beg your pardon. Did you notice anyone suspicious coming down that
push it, please!
What is it? That's enough!
Let us
go!
Be careful. The man was killed!
Sir, try to remember.
Peace, friends, there is no danger!
Well, so they say, but I just watch your Where are you going?
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that to be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen.
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.